TWM Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Wrestling World Report, looking at the big wide world of wrestling from armory to dome, or what's left of it. We're going to discuss some MLW, some Attack, No Fans Monday. We're actually going to discuss another wrestling website show, and then we'll do a little bit of talking about all the stuff that's going on, because, to be honest, I'm sick of talking about all the stuff that's cancelled. We know that everything's not happening now for the foreseeable future. Do we really want to retread all over the same stuff that we spoke about? Not really, but we're going to give a little bit of a looky-loo. But there is still some wrestling, some crumbs of comfort in this otherwise shit show of a situation that we all find ourselves in, but we'll get through it regardless. TWM podcasts are available in all the usual places: Apple and Google Play Store, Spotify, TuneIn, Acast, Podbean, YouTube. If you're on YouTube, please drop us a subscribe, smash that like button, turn on notifications so you do not miss any of our video content. We'll probably be doing a lot more video content because we're all stuck inside. TWM podcast brought to you by We Love Sport, fantastic app finding you near a sports bar, showcasing the latest WWE pay-per-views for the future when we're allowed back outside. Check them out. We Love Sport UK, welovesport.co, app on the App Store and Google Play Store. Thing that's still happening: WrestleCrate. Use the code TWM Wrestling for up to 3 free items when you sign up for a monthly box subscription. You can get something from Becky Lynch in the next month's crate. TWM Wrestling at wrestlecrate.co.uk. Joining me and getting through this incredibly rough week is Mike Mears. Hello there.
I'd like to no longer be known as my slave name, which you just called me. I'd like to be known as my true name of Solar System Specialist Steve Baker. I'm going to save us all.
Oh, good to know. That's good to know. Yeah.
And your real name, I know it, Space Homie Mike Smith.
I am Space Homie Mike Smith. It's ironic that I've now become Mike.
Exactly. Well, this is why it works so well.
Yeah. So we've got we got MLW for a bit. I think they've just started.
We haven't got NWA, have we?
No, there's no NWA for the foreseeable because they haven't got anything recorded. We've got the last indie show that we'll go to for a bit, and then we'll probably quickly just bullet point our stuff. So it's going to be a bit of a short one, and then we'll probably discuss what we're going to do going forward with this. At
least we have MLW for the foreseeable, as they taped on Saturday. That's good news.
We should be okay for now. Fusion. We watched this together.
Oh yeah. No piss fusion happened though.
No piss fusion. I did fall asleep towards the end though. It was after the Attack show. I was tired and hungover. Injustice start off the show. They clash with Conan backstage when Jordan Oliver told Conan that he thought Laredo Kid sucked, and then Conan questioned Reed and asked him if he could defend the title on his own without his Injustice boys. So looks like we're going to have a little look at that going forward. Middleweight title match between Myron Reed and Laredo Kid. This was a fantastic high-flying encounter.
Yeah, good for Laredo Kid to just get that match on the US indie.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Can we talk about the innovative spots, in particular that mental reverse Spanish fly?
Yeah. If this is one of the last wrestling matches I ever watch, I'm going to be pretty happy that I saw that.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
It's definitely you have to see it to understand it.
Yeah, it was also incredibly dangerous. It reminded me. Do you remember seeing that CZW spot where someone did like a moonsault Styles clash and they knocked the person out when they did it?
Well, why does anybody mess around with the Styles clash?
No, but they hit it perfectly. It was just the guy had taken a moonsault and added just pancaked and just was knocked out cold because they did a moonsault Styles clash. It was just
painful,
pretty much. Reed won with a big car and the 450 splash, which Laredo Kid very slowly scooted into place for after some distractions from his Injustice Menines. Lifestyles of the rich and dynastic. Holiday, Hammerstone and Gino Medina, they discuss Mance Warner. Holiday says that his lawyer / father is working on getting Warner out of their hair. Hammerstone called Warner, Logan Schmogan, Brogan Creed, and Savio Vega a group of idiots. And Holiday, with his marketing genius, decided to remarket Medina. He's no longer what was his name?
Steve.
Basically, he changed it from the Mexican to the English version of the Untouchable. And then Medina went off on a really weird tangent that he said he was going to snap all of Mance Warner's dirty fingers. So, good for him. Mance Warner over Gino Medina. Medina jumped to Warner before the bell on the outside. They exchanged chops, and then Warner rocked him with a big forearm to the jaw before throwing him into the guardrail. Medina hit a big kick, and then Warner came out with a ripcord headbutt and a lovely impaler DDT for a near fall. Medina tried the O'Connor roll with a handful of tights, but then Warner kicked him off and schoolboyed him and got his own handful of tights for the win. The ref got a big old slap for his troubles because Mance did a big old cheat. We see that Colonel Royal Parker will return to MLW in 2020 at some point. The Von Erichs were back home in Hawaii and had words for Tom Lawler and the rest of Team Filthy. And this is why it's really hard for me to root for the Von Erichs, because not only are they bland, it's the fact that they go, we are fighting for decency. It's like, what people that are acceptable people you get behind say they're fighting for decency?
It should almost be a given.
Yeah, that we're fighting. So the only people that say that are like the right to censor.
Yeah, it's the ones that are far over the top about it all.
Yeah, it's just the fact that they always that might have flown in the 80s, brother, but in 2020, it's just it doesn't really work. They've been going on all night how Brian Pillman's winning the Rookie of the Year for the second year in a row.
Yeah, I'm still not happy with this.
It's bizarre because we won it in 2018 from MLW, and then PWI have just gone, well, you're the Rookie of the Year this year as well. So, and AJ Kirsch just would not let it go the entire show. He was like, he's a 2-time Rookie of the Year. I don't know how that's happened, but
it's like he was getting paid off to say it.
Pillman thanked all the previous winners, including Randall Keith Orton, Curtis Jeffrey Angle, and Steve Francesca Austin. He said it was an honour to win the award with 69% of the vote. Nice. He wants a shot at the middleweight title. Then we get a video from Injustice, who are very good at turning video around. We should get them on board. They're very good at video editing. Reed said he should have won the Rookie of the Award year last year, and Oliver should have won it this year. Fair enough. Reed said Pillman needs to drop some weight before he comes at him. He calls him a rookie. Again, accurate. And said that he would wrestle circles around him, and he warned Conan to keep sending his guys, and he will keep knocking them down. Alicia Atut then met Eric Stevens and asked him about his loss last week to Davey Boy Smith, and he said he had a fast count. I couldn't remember the show, so I can't remember if there was a fast count or not. And then
I don't remember.
And then Tom Lawler called out Killer Cross and said he will show the difference between someone who pretends to be an MMA fighter and someone who lives, eats, and sleeps it. Then we see the Dynasty arguing about Medina's match. He said that his lawyer/father will work in reverse decision because he cheated and he was drunk, and apparently that gave him an advantage for reasons I'm not sure why.
When you're drunk, things hurt less.
Oh, this is true. Meanwhile, we see that the Sentai Death Squad have loaded Shima into the back of a car and taken him to Akira Kwan. So Akira Kwan's the exalted one, it seems.
Driving from Philadelphia to New York, I guess.
Yes. And then we get the main event, which was Killer Cross over Filthy Tom Lawler. And something we haven't mentioned throughout the entire show is MLW being cheeky, sly little feckers.
You can't fault them for it.
You love to see it because they went through the whole thing, the whole show, and edited in, well, Killer Cross from the WWE has headed over to MLW, and this is an inner-promotional dream match. And I'm just like, you sly bastards, that's genius.
You sneaky buggers.
Oh, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Just genuinely amused me that they're just being like, this is an inter-promotional dream match. We've borrowed it. It's like what they said with the Global Force Wrestling when they had Bobby Roode come out. It's like, he's made the jump from WWE to GFW. Just amusing. A lot of kicks, a lot of MMA-style offense. Lawler used the ropes to attack Cross's eye, hit a big spinning heel kick. Lawler started working over Cross's arm, then locked in a big choke, but Cross got his arm up at the third time. Cross fought back, big suplex, big boot, and another big suplex to take control. Both men then battled to the floor, and Eric Stevens ran to ringside and started beating up Cross. Because, well, what was the point in anyone getting it? The only way this would have worked if as if Lawler got the win, but it doesn't really make sense for Lawler to pick up a win against an incoming talent, and then when they brought him in, they realised he wasn't going to be there anymore, so it made sense just to do a DQ finish. Lawler, Guarini, Stevens and Osborne continued to beat down in the ring, but then Davey Boy Smith and those Von Erich boys made the save. Smith then challenged Team Filthy to an 8-man tag, and Lawler accepted as Fusion, went off the air. It was a pretty good episode. It was...
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the Laredo Kid match, and then Tom Lawler's great, and so is Killer Cross. So if you've got some time, this week's episode is definitely worth your while.
TWM podcasts are brought to you by We Love Sport, the fantastic app finding you your nearest sports bar showing the latest WWE pay-per-views. We Love Sport has over 400 of the best sports bars and pubs in the UK at your fingertips and allows you to book front row seats, giving you the best views of the action. You can also check out what sports are being shown over the next 7 days, making sure you don't miss a second of the action. Download the We Love Sport app on the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow We Love Sport on all social media platforms at We Love Sport UK and check out welovesport.co.
What could be the last indie show we ever go to? I don't want to say that because generally that might worry me at some point that I'm never going to go to a show ever again. We went to Attack Road to Sacrifice on Saturday. We said COVID-19 be damned and went with our best face mask. This is before, obviously.
You crossed borders.
I did cross borders. This is before shit got real on Monday. So please don't go outside. I'm pretty sure every show is cancelled, but if they are running a show, don't go. And we saw Road to Sacrifice, and it was a very, very good show. Someone said it reminded them of old Attack, which was lovely to see.
Yeah, there was a lot of sort of buzz to it. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. We opened with Dan Maloney defeating Danny Jones via pinfall in a very good match. Very, very good match. I thoroughly enjoyed this. This one with Dan Maloney hitting the driller after a failed attempt at interference from Brendan White, who seemingly got injured in this match.
It wasn't just any injury though, Matthew, was it?
Oh, we'll get to it. It gives you the full extent.
We'll get onto that
later on. It was a good, solid opening contest. I love meeting Dan Maloney. It put a smile on my face to see some Dan Maloney, and also seeing Doris basically play hype man on the mic as Dan Maloney's wrestling was really amusing at the same time. I
think it needs to happen more because it was a lot of fun having just those little tidbits thrown in.
Shea Fu defeated Rufo via pinfall in the Karate Kid, the wrestling match. This was like not chassis because that would make him a car. Sassy Shea Purser, because when he was in the ropes, the face he made to all of us.
Yeah, Sassy Shea Purser is wildly underrated.
Yeah, he got caught up in the ropes and was like hung upside down. Just looked at all of us and was like, I don't know how I got here. It was,
what am I doing hung upside down?
And we got a lot of leg-based offense. I thought we were getting the whole sensei coming out and checking the leg. And then I was teased by Kyle and Mike for the entirety of this show because they spotted who was coming out and wouldn't tell me.
Well, we did it for the greater good.
We did. The greater Okan good. And because the lights went out and then the great Okan appeared and attacked Purser. So when we get attacked back, after all this unpleasantness finishes, it looks like we're going to get great Okan and Shea Purser in a feud, which is brilliant. I absolutely love this. The highlight for me was seeing the great Okan, and I'm pretty sure the highlight for you was me my reaction, which I can't remember what.
You completely losing your shit over seeing him.
I'm pretty sure he's like, wait for it, and eventually I realised who it was, and I went, oh my god, it's really, really loud. Was so delighted.
But, the man deserved that reaction.
He did, because it's the great Okan. He's brilliant. He can defeat COVID-19. Aaliyah James made her attack debut, defeating Danny Luna via pinfall. This was a really good match. Really a big shock, because Aaliyah's obviously very young in the game, making her debut, defeating Danny Luna, who's got her NXT UK tan going on. But yeah, no, this was a really, really good match. Aaliyah is... I hate going to shows and why the person is the hype behind someone doesn't match to what they actually are. She is more than the hype that she gets. And I'm not talking about the Irish trios. She's very, very, very good.
She lives up to that hype. That why Chris Brooks looked at her and was like, "We'll get you on the Sheldon Grapp shows," as an example.
Yeah. And like they kept a hygienic, they shook elbows. James picked up the win when she rolled up Danny. I got a photo of Aaliyah. Aaliyah is lovely. Aaliyah is from my neck of the woods. She's from Romford. So we had a nice little chat about being from Ends. I like Aaliyah. I like Aaliyah a lot. We then got the Ring Crew Express asking for an open challenge post-raffle, which Elijah answered. It was very, very funny because you guys were kind of hypothesizing who Elijah's partner was going to be. And I turned around and I was like, do you not think that, considering Elijah and LK have beaten the Ring Crew Express about 14,000 times at this point, Elijah's just going to come out and maybe try and beat them himself because he realizes how easy it is? Turns out that's what happens. Elijah, with his AJ Styles cosplay pants, defeated the Ring Crew Express, hitting the double arm brainbuster for the win. But then post-match, he was confronted by Ms. Mortis, and we all laughed in the front row because we realised that Elijah was wearing his AJ Styles cosplay pants, and the sign of the Cabal is very similar to the sign that AJ Styles does.
It's not a coincidence. Basically, the OC are the Cabal.
Confirmed. So basically, Ms. Mortis comes out and goes, "Join the Cabal." And Elijah's like, "No, you're right." And then the highlight is just him going, "Oh, come on, mate. Please." Which just had me in bits. It had both of us in absolute stitches, that bit.
It was so funny.
Actually, the highlight of it wasn't even that. It was the bit before where he was like, "The Cabal, me."
Ms. Mortis is comfortable with his knowledge of where the world is in Attack Pro Wrestling and where the Cabal are, so I'm fine with it.
It was great, just Cabal, me. And then inexplicably Elijah ripped off his robe and realised he was wearing an Elijah t-shirt underneath. But Elijah did take the goat mask.
He did.
And he did leave.
Will he wear it?
Are we going to get if we get comedy Cabal, where it's like Elijah wearing the thing and Ms. Mortis is really happy that he's made a friend? It's just going to be brilliant. We then get Brendan White coming out saying that he suffered a life-threatening injury earlier tonight from tripping over the ropes. He has survived, though.
It was a very brutal fall, you know.
How'd you learn to fall?
I know. But you just think we've seen people fall off 20-foot ladders that weren't hurt this badly, so that says how bad it is. He
vowed to defeat Darius in any other kind of match, just not wrestling. Darius then come out and offered to face him in a battle rap, and we saw 5 uninterrupted minutes of solid bullying.
Yeah, it was like cyberbullying in real life.
Yeah. What was your favourite insult?
I think it was the STD one.
Well, that was a good one. My favourite one.
Well, and the general abuse of Brendan's trainers.
That was all. I enjoyed the 8x10 being the size of the that amused me. And then implying that he had sexual relations with his mother.
I was just saying, I'm glad we took the high road and both enjoyed something that wasn't about Brendan's mother.
Yeah, it was just brilliant. And then we got mentalness, because we got Shota Umino and Carl Fletcher. It lasted about 2 minutes, and then Kid Lycos and Kid Lycos 2 come out, and Kid Lycos was like, "I saw this match last night at Fight Club Pro." And it was made into a massive... and they came out, and then the Anti-Fun Police came out, and then they brought out their new recruit, Shigehiro Irie, and we got a big mental 6-man tag team match. First of all, and I don't want to do kind of like, person of same heritage looks on, but my word, does Shota Umino look exactly like Tanahashi?
That's just a factor, that is.
It's like the same way that Brian Pillman Jr. looks frighteningly like his dad.
Yeah. You know when they do the things online where you upload your photo and they're like, "You look so many % like this celebrity." Shota Umino does it, and it says 100% he looks like Tanahashi.
It's bizarre. Like I did hypothesize they do the "My Dad Is a Heel Wrestler" IRL in New Japan.
That's with the Wrestle Kingdom main event in 2 years.
Yeah, and then this match was just very fun. Before that, it was just Lycos coming out. Winding Fletcher up, Fletcher whacking him in the shoulder, realising that it was his injured shoulder and feeling really bad.
And it's going, shit.
Yeah, sorry. And
sorry, I'll ring the doctor now.
Sorry, and then Anti-Fan Police going, "This is too much fun." And all we hear is Carl going, I am not having fun. I wanted to wrestle Shota. And we got a big mental 6-man tag, which was really, really fun. And then we got a turn as Irie was having too much fun with his He had like a tiny toy truncheon because it's Erie and he's the best. He's wearing a British policeman's hat and a tiny toy truncheon, and he comes in and bonks someone on the head, and it literally makes the perfect sounds.
He bonked all three of Shota, Kyle, and Kid Like Us 2.
No, I'm talking about the first one. The first one, literally perfect sound, was just... And I was just gone. Completely gone at that point. And then Don goes, "You're having too much fun," and then we get the immortal lines out of Verrier. "Fuck the police," and then clothesline. Oh, and then Dunn got hit with a brainbuster, a Death Rider. It's hilarious that Amino is using his other dad's finisher.
Of course he is.
And then the Grimstone for the win. It was really fun, and it was a great way to take our minds off stuff. So
yeah, it was good for a few hours just to close the door somewhere and the outside world not exist.
Yeah, whereas now
we did make sure we washed our hands and stayed very hygienic.
Yes, everyone washed their hands, and we now we have to just make sure that we close the door and watch all the wrestling online, because that is where we live for the foreseeable future.
This show as well, just so people know, is going to be going up on the Attack Vimeo, and it is going to be on there for free as well. So,
that's lovely.
Check it out. You can watch it out.
That is really, really, really cool. Big fan of that. Well done, Attack.
TWM Podcasts have joined forces with WrestleCrate, the original and best monthly theme, monthly wrestling subscription service to bring you a fantastic deal. If you use the code TWM Wrestling when you sign up to a monthly subscription at WrestleCrate.co.uk, you will receive a free item in your first month's box. Then, if you stay for another month, you'll get a second free item. And then, if you stay for a third month, you guessed it, we'll give you a third free item. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. WrestleCrate brings you the best swag from the biggest companies and names in the wrestling world. We're talking t-shirts, photos, pins, DVDs, vinyl figures, and loads more from WWE, Progress, Shakara, NXT, Fight Club Pro, and loads more. That's WrestleCrate.co.uk and use the code TWM Wrestling for up to free items, all thanks to WrestleCrate and TWM.
Another lovely welcome distraction from the outside world was WrestleTalk. And we don't normally kind of promote the competition, but they did a show called No Fans Monday at 223 in Bond Baker Street in London, rather. And they put on a show with no fans and with a whole bunch of wrestlers, just to kind of let everyone have a nice, chilled Monday and not worrying about all the scaremongering and all the panicking and all the nonsense going on outside.
It was nice in the face of so many shows being cancelled at the moment to be able to just go and watch something that was really high quality.
We had Paul Robinson defeating the OGMO. That was in a really, really good match. It was Robbo and the OGMO. So
I did appreciate both men playing at their regular characters in interacting with the crowd. In parentheses,
yes,
on their entrances. That was always good.
Really, really good match. Really enjoyed that. Paul Robinson won. By the way, count how many people that you could class as either worked with or is friends with Will Ospreay that won a match on this show. They announced that Aaliyah James is medically cleared to compete. So I'm not sure what happened during that match on Saturday.
I don't know. Yeah, no idea at all.
To compete. So the match is now just going to be Giselle Shaw versus Mercedes Blaze. And then had a big old scramble with Chuck Cyrus defeating Malik, Paul Sayers, Adam Maxted, and Carlos Romo. That's 2, because Chuck Cyrus, I believe, is the champion in Will's hometown promotion in Raynham. This was really, really good. I enjoyed this scramble. I've never seen Chuck Cyrus before, and I'm actually quite a fan.
Yeah, he looked good. Like, I think really all of the guys actually looked quite good in this match. Like Carlos Romo was the only one I was really that familiar with.
Yeah, I love Malik.
But did you know that Adam Maxted was on Love Island?
That's news to me. Thanks for bringing that up. We'll make sure we run a story on it. Then we got Giselle Shaw defeating Mercedes Blaze by submission. This again, another really good match between these two. They gave their all things considered. We then saw a Callum Newman interview with David Starr interrupted and started saying that he had a handout for winning the WrestleTalk scholarship. And then Callum Newman turned around and said, well, at least I haven't been cancelled on Twitter, which...
was it? No, at least my mouth hasn't got me cancelled.
Oh, yeah. And then they had a big, old, massive brawl, and it meant that our friend and yours, Lucy Openshaw, who did an excellent job ring announcing, managed to get away without doing David Starr's intro. So I bet she was delighted with that.
Yeah, the guy doing the interview ended up doing it, and it was painful.
It was very
even though he had it written down on his phone.
David Starr defeated Callum Newman in an absolute banger of a match. Like, I love Callum Newman; he's so good, and David Starr. So yeah, really good. Really a big fan of that. We then saw Nathan Cruz.
Wank, wank, wank.
Throwback to Super Strong Style many moons ago. Teaming up with Lucas Steele, who's fresh off an All Japan tour. He's meant to be in their big tournament. Obviously, he's not at the moment. Defeating Robbie X in the World of Sport mask, because of course he was. And Scotty Davis in an okay match. It was pretty good. Pretty good. The match of the night, though, was Carl Fletcher against Connor Mills. These guys went for it, had an absolute banger, half necking each other in this match, purely for the entertainment of those at home that were helping out and donating. And this match, this show, you could donate to it, and the money was split between all the people wrestling on it, which is a lovely touch.
Yeah, this match I saw roughly about 6 weeks ago when Attack did it, and it was incredible then, but it was a very different match, so fair play to the guys that doing two totally different matches for the match. The match at Attack was half an hour. This was a solid 18 minutes, so good on them.
And then we got to watch the weirdest foreplay on the internet as Will Ospreay defeated B. Priestley. It was a good match. It was just really strange to watch. Will and B. Priestley batter each other.
And not even going light in any way, shape or form. They laid everything in on each other.
B twatted Will, and Will twatted B. Well, almost a bit unnecessary. I think at one point he just got the flat of his foot and just smacked it off her back for no reason. I was that was a dick move. But then Will cut a promo. Someone decided to give Will a platform and gave himself a live mic so he could just literally spout whatever he wanted off the top of his head.
And didn't get himself cancelled.
It was a lovely show. The commentary, not so much. I do love Alex.
Costa was good.
Costa was great. Ollie was there, handing out super chats, and Alex Shane is literally the Alan Partridge of Brit Rest at this point.
Yeah.
It's just, cashback. And that's really all we can talk about, because there's not a lot, everything else has been cancelled.
Basically, everything else has been cancelled apart from Super Strong Style at the moment.
Yeah, and literally, I believe the Progress chapter for next week, they haven't made an announcement yet.
No, it's not like it's 10 days away or anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, but still. And it's rough. It's really, really rough. For me, it's given me a bit of a barrier because we don't know, we are in uncertain times. We want to stay positive as best we can, but it seems like every time we want to kind of get ourselves up and shake ourselves off and get ready, we just get another gut punch and another big story. So, I've said it before, everyone just be sensible. I would stay off social media. It's not good. I literally deleted off the homepage on my phone because
actually go and follow everything apart from the TWM news.
Yeah, just have us on notifications.
That's all you do.
Have us on notifications alone. And don't lose yourself in some good wrestling or anything really. Just make sure you guys are being safe, sensible, and doing the right thing. We don't want anyone feeling like they are alone in this situation, because it'll be back before you know it. Don't worry, time flies when you're stuck inside, and it's not as if everyone lives on the internet anyway. So if we all work together, we'll all be fine.
In the famous words of Jerry Springer, be kind to each other.
Take care of yourselves and each other. That's pretty much it. It's a really short one. Going forward, we're going to have MLW to cover for the next few weeks at least. Hopefully by the time that rolls around, there'll be some semblance of normality and we'll have some other stuff to talk about.
I think we've got at least a good 6 weeks of MLW.
Yeah, so we've got MLW, so this becomes the official MLW review podcast. Other than that, we'll take suggestions. I feel like maybe what we'll do is over the next few days or so, we'll throw out the email and you guys can send us some questions and we'll answer some questions as well.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And then going forward, we'll think of some stuff to to fill the time. We're not going to leave you guys without content. Do not worry, do not fret, do not panic at all. TWM.news, we're going to have content going out. We're going to keep everyone amused, entertained, informed as best we can on our website and our social medias, all at TWM Wrestle. Mike, social medias.
At COVID-19.
Why?
Because why not?
Don't follow that. Block it. Block it and report it. My idea said, like, I've been full disclosure that it's been a rough 3 weeks for me. I don't deal well with stuff like this. It does hit home for me because I'm a warrior. Everyone knows it.
Whereas if you didn't notice, I'm the exact opposite.
Yes. But if anyone needs to talk or anyone kind of needs an empathetic ear, I'm always about, drop me a message. I'm always free to chat. I'm about at Matty ID. We are at TWM Wrestle. This has been the World Wrestling Report. Stay safe. Wash your damn hands. Thank you for listening.